What if the spray that keeps ants out of your kitchen or mosquitoes off your porch is slowly eroding your memory and attention?
Welcome to Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. Stay informed with quick, easy-to-listen summaries of our latest articles, perfect for when you're on the go. No reading required. Subscribe for free at mercola.com for the latest health insights.
Hello, and welcome to Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. I'm Ethan Foster, and today we're looking at whether routine insecticide exposure can chip away at how clearly you think, remember, and organize your day.
I'm Alara Sky. We'll translate recent research into clear takeaways you can act on, especially if you're over 60 or caring for someone who is. You'll hear which products raise concern, what the strongest data show, and which steps actually lower your exposure.
More than 50 million people live with dementia today, with projections tripling by 2050. Aging matters, but it isn't the only driver. A U.S. analysis of 1,544 adults aged 60 and up from NHANES 2011 to 2014 found that recent household insecticide use tracked with lower scores on memory-focused tests. A urinary marker of pyrethroid exposure, trans-D-C-Ca, aligned with worse recall.
Those tests reflect daily function, learning words, delayed recall, verbal fluency, and processing speed. So results map to what you notice when you can't place a name or keep track of appointments. Pyrethroids are central because they're common in home sprays, foggers, lawn treatments, pet shampoos, and lice kits. Label ingredients often include permethrin, deltamethrin, cypermethrin, and alethrin, with exposure via inhalation, skin contact, and ingestion.
Design matters. The U.S. study was cross-sectional, measuring exposure and cognition at the same time, so it can't prove cause and effect. It also didn't capture full occupational histories or genetic risk. Even so, the signal remained after accounting for lifestyle and health variables, and the exposure marker tied specifically to memory.
Mechanisms reinforce the concern. Many insecticides interfere with acetylcholinesterase, the enzyme that clears acetylcholine, which you rely on for attention, learning, memory, and muscle control. When that enzyme is blocked, signaling becomes disorganized and neurons are stressed. Animal studies show that repeated exposure triggers oxidative stress, inflammation, mitochondrial damage, and structural changes in memory-related regions, even at low doses.
A study from Greece helps connect ambient exposure. In the Hellenic Longitudinal Investigation of Aging and Diet, 1,397 adults over 64 without dementia completed a comprehensive cognitive battery. Those living closest to active agricultural spraying sites performed worse on attention, executive function, language, and visuospatial tasks, skills you need to plan, decide, follow conversations, and interpret surroundings.
These findings persisted after excluding early cognitive impairment and adjusting for age, sex, education, and vascular risk factors. They align with U.S. data, yet widen the lens beyond personal use. Similar patterns in Canada and Chile support that you can be affected even if you never apply these products yourself.
Zooming out, a peer-reviewed resource, the Pesticide-Induced Diseases Database, compiles links between pesticide exposure and central nervous system tumors, Parkinson's disease, ALS, multiple sclerosis, stroke, and childhood leukemia. It also summarizes associations with respiratory disorders, thyroid dysfunction, migraines, endometriosis, infertility, and other reproductive harms.
Risk isn't limited to farm workers. Residential proximity, agricultural drift, dietary residues, and contaminated water all contribute to ongoing exposure. Vulnerable groups include pregnant women, children, and older adults, populations where small additional risks can accumulate over time.
Let's move to practical steps. First, sweat regularly. Interval walking training, cycling, or time in a sauna helps your body eliminate stored pesticides and heavy metals. Physical activity also supports metabolic health and clearer thinking, making this a high-value habit.
Second, filter your drinking water. Trace pesticides can enter tap water via agricultural runoff or groundwater. Use a high-quality system designed to reduce pesticides, fluoride, and heavy metals. Ideally, filter at the main supply line and again at points of use, such as the kitchen sink and showers, and replace cartridges on schedule.
Third, improve indoor air quality. Airborne pesticides drift indoors and settle on surfaces. Run HEPA air purifiers, clean with non-toxic methods, and keep windows closed during nearby spraying or peak agricultural activity. These actions lower what you inhale and what accumulates in dust.
Fourth, choose organic food when possible. Organic produce reduces your chemical burden and supports long-term detoxification. Learn how to verify labels so you're actually getting cleaner options and prioritizing items you eat most often.
Fifth, advocate for safer practices where you live. Engage local officials to restrict chemical spraying near homes, schools, and public areas. Policies modeled after stricter international standards help protect sensitive groups and lower community exposure.
Common questions come up fast. Can insecticides really dull your memory? Evidence links repeated low-level exposure with measurable declines on memory-oriented tests in older adults. You may notice this as trouble recalling words, concentrating, or staying organized.
Which products are implicated, and are you at risk if you never use them? The strongest links point to pyrethroids in household sprays, pet shampoos, lawn products, and some lice treatments. The trans-DCCA biomarker reflects pyrethroid exposure and has been tied to lower memory scores. Risk extends to people living near sprayed fields or manicured neighborhoods due to drift, water contamination, and indoor residues.
What other diseases are in play? Compiled studies connect pesticide exposure with neurological disorders, certain cancers, stroke, thyroid dysfunction, fertility problems, and respiratory conditions. This breadth suggests these chemicals can drive long-term disease patterns, not just short-term irritation.
What practical actions matter today? Use HEPA air purification, choose organic food when you can, filter tap water at entry, and use points. Avoid pesticide use at home, and stay indoors during spraying periods. Build regular exercise or sauna sessions into your week to support elimination. At the community level, push for stronger local rules to reduce spraying near where you live.
Here's your challenge. Today, pick one indoor step and one environmental step. Indoors, set up a HEPA purifier where you spend the most time, or install a kitchen point-of-use water filter. Environmentally, switch one weekly staple to organic and confirm local spraying schedules so you can close windows during those periods.
Thank you for watching Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. We'll see you on the next episode.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe now and click the notification bell so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.